श्रीमान वेंकटनाथार्य कवितार्किक केसरी वेदांताचार्य वर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा हृदि श्रीवासरंग परकाल मुनित्रयाप्त लक्ष्मात्मरक्षण इति द्योगागमान्तम् आचार्य भक्ति परिपूतमनर्गशीलं गोपाल देशिकमुनिं गुरुमाश्रयामः। व्यासं वसिष्ठनप्तारं शक्तेः पौत्रमकल्मषं पराशरात्मजं वन्दे सुखतातं तपोनिधिं। व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। यत्र योगेश्वरः कृष्णो यत्र पार्थो धनुर्धरः तत्र श्रीर्विजयो भूतिर्ध्रुवा नीतिर्मतिर्मम. So we have begun to enjoy the Bhagavad Gita's essence. Of course, it has to be studied from a bona fide Acharya, Sadacharya, who would explain every sloka with the inner meanings as beautifully commented by either Bhagavad Ramanuja or Adi Shankara or Madhva, and people who have enjoyed such Kalakshepam format at the feet of an Acharya would be able to dive into the essence, the meanings, the nuances of Bhagavad Gita. What we are seeing is only from the shore. Look at the vast ocean of Bhagavad Gita and enjoy the depth and vastness and the beauty and the majestic look of the Gita, and try to pick up whatever that comes, something, the takeaway, the practical messages from those chapters, and also get to understand the Acharya's appreciation and admiration of those, the essence of the Bhagavad Gita, from Alavandar's Gitartha Sangraham and Swami Desika's Gitartha Sangraham in Tamil, as well as touch upon few slokas in Bhagavad Gita with the respective meanings from the Acharyas, and also go through the Puranic story where each chapter, how does it benefit the person who listens to the Bhagavad Gita chapter, or even recite one slokam of that chapter with devotion, with faith. How does he get benefited? How does she get benefited? All that we are seeing. We saw the first chapter and we also saw the second chapter, the essence. We will recapitulate the second chapter and get to know the meaning from the Puranic story, anecdote. So we saw that when Karma Yoga is performed equipped with the knowledge of the Jivatma, the self, it leads to the understanding of the self, the Jivatma, called the Jnana Yoga, that correct knowledge. And by performing our duty, whatever that is, whether we are brahmachari or a householder, or whether we are brahmana, kshatriya, the varnam or the ashramam, depending on what we do as a father, as a husband, as a son, as a student, as a daughter, as a mom, whatever the duty that we need to perform without any attachment to the fruits of the action. Karmanyevadikaraste, in 47th slokam, which is very popular and famous. Karmanyevadikaraste ma paleshu kadachan ma karma palahetur bhumate sankostva karmani. So, sangha astu akarmani. Krishna advises that by performing our deeds, our actions with a single-minded focus, single-minded concentration, and as dedication to Bhagavan, not we get benefit out of it, as an offering to Bhagavan, whether you study or work or eat, whatever deed that you perform, you do that with focus, with attention, concentration, undivided attention and dedication to Bhagavan, with no concern for the fruits of the action, rewards. So he tells Arjuna, your duty is to fight against the bad. Somebody is adharmic, not giving you what you are due. So fight. They have asked for trouble. Go hit. It is your duty to protect. Fight. Get up and fight. Don't think that I will kill them, I will get killed. What happens if it happens, if this happens? Do not bother about the fruits. One gets freed. If you do that, one gets freed from both the shackles called papam, the iron shackle called papam, and the golden shackles called punyam. You will get rid of by doing that duty. Whatever karma that we do, if we do without attaching to the fruits of the action as an offering to the Lord, you don't get punya papa. So, such a wonderful concept here Perumal teaches us. So, karmanyevadikaraste mahapaleshu kadachana. When performing the nitya naimittika kamya karma, nitya karma, obligatory karma, the mandative karma, sandhya vandana, minimum you have to do trikala sandhya vandana. Patti gayatri, it takes only less than 8 minutes. Out of 24 hours, can we not spend 24 minutes? 3 times 8. If you think that I'll be away in the afternoon, cannot do madhyanigam, do it in the morning itself. Both together. Prata sandhyavanam, madhyanigam. So trikala sandhyavanam, nitya karma. Naimittika karma, tarpanams. Grahana tarpanam or pitru tarpanam as applicable. And the kamya karma, whatever that one needs to be performed for the desire. You want some kamya, so you want to earn, you want to go up the ladder in your career, you want to study and do well in the exam. Correct. Do it without attachment to the fruits of the action, with single-minded focus. As an offering to Him, because He is the one who blessed us with the intellect. It's an injustice, it's a disservice to the Lord for bestowing us with the intellect. If we do not maximize or utilize fully that intellect, that discrimination, so make use of that, maximize to the best possible. Even after fighting, I get only 60%. That's all my proficiency, my intellect, my knowledge, my IQ. Fine, but I gave my best shot. So that as an offering to Him, it's an offering to Him. So it's not that He wants, it is our offering. We will see later, He says, whatever that you do. He says, whatever you eat, do it as an offering to me. Whatever you perform yagam, whatever you do dhanam, do it as an offering. Takkurushva madarpanam. Whatever you do. And therefore, whatever you do, perform it, resolving that Bhagavan gets this work done through his subservient devotee who is me, as an act of worship of him for his gratification, for his pleasure. Desire not the result. So such a beautiful manner he blesses us with this wonderful concept. Never think as to why to do these rites without any gain. Don't think. Though it is a paltry benefit, it may not come to you. The unlimitable benefit of pleasing God is created. You may not get that alpa palam, or you may get, but when you offer to Him, He is pleased with your duty, with your work, because He has considered that since it is an offering to Him, He consider it as the arpanam to Him. That's why every time we say Sarvam Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Somebody asked me, why we don't say Varaha Arpanam, Rama Arpanam, Hayagriva Arpanam? Why Krishna Arpanam? Everybody says Sarvam Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Why Krishna alone? Why partial to Krishna? That's because He is the only one who said, offer to me. Others did not say, even though they meant it in various shastras. He is the one who explicitly said, whatever you do, whether you eat, whether you perform, whether you do, whether you give dhanam, do it as an offering to me. I get pleased, and I would grant you whatever that you deserve based on your punya papa karma, the previous karma vasana. So, taking advantage of the instruction to offer our acts to Bhagavan, we should not undertake acts that have been prohibited. We will not do. If it is an offering, I would not walk into a wine shop as an offering. I would not. And I would not offer them to the Lord. The prohibited actions should never be undertaken in that case. Nor are they to be given as an offering to Krishna. So only when performing acts enjoined or accepted in accordance with the dharmic act, the shastras, then engage yourself in that act as an offering to me, Krishna implies. But how do we know? I don't know shastras. How do I know that this is as per shastra, that is not as per shastra? How will I know? Simple. If you think that your parents would be pleased with that work, it is as per shastras. If not, it's not. If you feel that your conscience thinks that whether somebody is watching me, it's not as per shastras. We know whether it is as per shastra, whether it is acceptable or not acceptable. Even Kuratalvan once said, what is punya papa? How to find out that this is a punya, that is a papa? Kuratalvan replied, if you think Lord would be pleased with my work, whatever, regardless of what work is, it is punya. If you think that he won't be happy with that, it's papa. So, that said, we will now enjoy the glory of the second chapter. Last chapter, the glory we saw, Lord Shiva briefed Parvati about the glory of the first chapter, as narrated by Narayana to Mahalakshmi, which Shiva repeated to Parvati. Now continuing on that, Lord Shiva proceeds to explain the glory of the second chapter of Gita to Parvati, on the same lines of what Bhagavan Sriman Narayana explained to Lakshmi. Bhagavan said, Mahalakshmi, I will explain to you the glory of the second chapter also. A Brahmana by name Deva Sharma. There are several characters, so you need to follow like what you do in Netflix. So there is a Brahmana called Deva Sharma, lived in Purandra, a place, a town in the south. Many Sanskrit Vedic scholars were living there. He was very well versed in Vedas, Shastras. He was very enthusiastic about performing yogam, performing yajnam, and honoring the caring, the hospitality, pleasing the atiti satkaram, pleasing the guest, offering them food, doing acts of charity, annadanam, danam, vastradanam, ambarame, tannire, shore, aram cheyyum, like that he used to offer, and other pious religious deeds. Hence the devas and men of austerity were pleased with Deva Sharma. Despite all of them, his mind was not at rest. His mind was always agitated and always excited. He wanted tranquility of mind. So he went and asked another sage who was living in the end of that village, a sage who was always in a yogic posture. I have no peace of mind. Can you please instruct me to have a peace of mind? He asked. Can you please teach me how to attain peace of mind? The sage said, there is a town called Punyam. There is a town in the banks of the river Godavari. There is a shepherd, Attidayan shepherd, by name Mitravan. You approach him, he will show the way. He said, is that so? Then I will go and look for him. So he went there. He saw Mitravan taking care of the cattle, the goat, the sheep, everyone. But his face was glowing with tejas, luster, and he was peaceful. His face was calm, serene, composed. So he asked, somebody asked me to contact you to learn how to attain peace. So he asked, who are you? He explained, I studied Vedas, Shastras, I performed yagam, I do charity, but to the best of my ability, but I'm not attaining peace. I've not realized the self. What do I do? He said, hey Vidwan, let me tell you a wonderful thing that happened. In the town of Pratisthanam, there is a place in Godavari river. There was a person by name Durmatan, another character, Durmatan. He was a vagabond, leading a wayward life. His conduct did not match the caste in which he was born. He lived as given, the king had given some money because his ancestors used to get from the king. He lived on that and he spent his days completely idle. Nothing to do, only phone, smartphone, scrolling, nothing else. After his death, he suffered in hell, and later he was born again as a Brahmin. Due to the papam he had committed in the earlier birth, he was destined to marry a woman who was evil. And he suffered so much in her hands. She even had a daughter through an illicit lover. And so overcome by this humiliation, this person committed suicide. He could not withstand. So because of that, then what happened? She too died. He committed suicide. That lady, the wife, also died early from cancer and became a ghost. So one day the ghost ate up the body of a hunter who was suffering. He was in the final moments of his life. And the ghost came and ate up that hunter. The hunter took birth in the next birth as a tiger. And the ghost took birth as a sheep, as a goat. And what happened? One day, the tiger entered because that sheep was in this guy Mitravan's sheep, because he is a shepherd. That goat was in his shipyard. So what happened? He was taking care of the sheep. One day tiger entered. The tiger did not look for Mitravan. The tiger did not look for any other sheep except this one who took birth from the previous life as ghost. He started chasing that particular sheep. And the sheep was running because sheep also knew that he has to run for life. And the tiger was chasing and out. And this guy Mitravan was wondering, how come the tiger did not choose anyone else, even Mitravan? And it started chasing only one sheep. So I also ran behind them, Mitravan says. He is narrating to this Devasarma. When these tiger and sheep reached the temple, both of them stopped. Looking at the tiger, the sheep said, hey, tiger, you can never destroy me. Because you, me, and everyone else are eternal. The soul cannot be born or cannot be dead. The soul will always live. And the body is only getting rid of at the end of the birth. Like one removes the shirt and puts on a new shirt. Pasam Sijirnani, we saw in the second chapter. So you can destroy only my body. It's going to perish anyway. The body is going to perish when I die. Someday or the other. So now I have an opportunity to satisfy your hunger. Go ahead. Take it. It's my pleasure. I consider it as my great fortune to offer you as food of my own body. So please kill me and eat it right now. The tiger replied, hey sheep, why would I kill you? Like me, you are also an embodied living being. We are all servants or devotees of Bhagavan, created by Bhagavan. There is no difference between you and me in terms of the Jivatma. All the differences are only in the body, the birth that we take. They are due to our own karma and are liable to change. The tiger is replying, as a matter of fact, everything is beneficial to everyone. Nothing happens without any reason. We all meet people, get few moments, few days, few months, few years, the whole life for a reason. We get to know each other for a reason. Therefore, there is no natural enmity between us, between you and me. It is true that in my previous birth as a hunter, you were a ghost and you ate me up. And you did not do so on your own accord. You were a ghost. That was your nature to eat. You were a cannibal. So you are not independent. The karma vasanas take you like that. The Supreme Lord takes a sankalpam that we need to undergo this. Everything is as per his sankalpam, based on our karma. Hence, I underwent the consequence of my karma, now being born as a tiger and started chasing you. Why would I kill you? Then thereafter, they both wondered so long until they reached the temple. He was chasing and the sheep was running. Suddenly they stopped and talking all the philosophy. Suddenly, what happened? We perplexed. Mitravan says, I was also perplexed. And that time a monkey happened to arrive. And the monkey said, with a smile, the monkey narrated the glory of this place, the temple. What is that so great about the temple that everybody gets so philosophical? The monkey said, look at this temple. The image of the Lord, the deity, the Divyamangala Vigraham of this Lord was installed by Brahma. A Brahmana was performing the pujas here for many years. He was very scholarly, but nevertheless, he was not sure about the path of liberation, the moksha margam, how to attain moksha. He was not aware. Nor did he have a clear understanding of the Jivatma, the Atma. He did not know. He was very disturbed. He didn't know how to get out of this vicious cycle of birth and death. One day, a Bhagavatottama, a Vedantic scholar, arrived to worship in the temple. His face was full of luster, glow, divine glow, tejas. Peace was radiating from him. Looking at the sad face of the priest, he inquired, why are you gloomy? The priest explained, I have studied, I have been performing puja, but I do not know the self. I don't know what is the moksha margam. Can you please tell me? Please accept me as your student and instruct me. You seem to be very knowledgeable. Your face glows. The saintly person immediately graciously taught the priest the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the one which we just enjoyed for the past 3 weeks. He wrote down on the rock with a nail the second chapter, one sloka. You recite this every day. Peace of mind in everything else will be automatically coming. That he went away. The monkey continued. The priest followed the instruction of the great soul, recited the second chapter, and attained the peace of mind, the tranquility of mind. As he moved about here, even those who come here by accident, even people who pass by here by accident, find that their mind is free from anger, desire, jealousy, everything. They enjoy peace of mind. Oh, therefore, if you too are also seeking peace, the Mitravan is telling Deva Sharma, the original character, first which we started. If you want peace, you need to approach an Acharya. Learn the second chapter. If you recite daily, as said in the rock here, you will get the complete tranquility, the placidity of mind, the self-knowledge about the knowledge of the self, and moksha easily. So, Mitravan said, thereafter, I sought a venerable teacher and got instructed on the second chapter. Mitravan, then I do recite daily, as said on the rock, because the monkey told Mitravan, Mitravan is now learning. That is why there is no room for desire or anger in my mind. I have no delusions that the body is the self. I have no such. This body is not the Atma. The body is different from the Atma. It's extremely difficult for us to think of that always. Even 99% we will not be thinking that the body is not Atma. We will always think that the Deham is the Atma. That is why we get to be angry with somebody, we get jealousy on somebody, we get to hate somebody, we get to love somebody, and we don't like that, we don't like this. So if you too desire to get rid of your disturbance and to live peacefully, you have to approach a venerable Acharya, Sadacharya, get instructed, taught on the second chapter. Then if you keep reciting it every day, you can attain the tranquility of mind. Deva Sharma faithfully acted on the advice and reaped the benefit. Bhagavan narrates this to Mahalakshmi. Hey Mahalakshmi, anyone who recites daily this, the second chapter, with due devotion, unflinching faith, involvement, they can have their dreams, the wishes fulfilled, as in the case of Deva Sharma. And Shiva is narrating the whole episode to Parvati. I have instructed you, Parvati, on the glory of second chapter as Bhagavan taught Mahalakshmi. Whoever listens to even this narration will be duly, completely and fully blessed. Adiyan, Dhanyosmi. Kavitarkika Simhaya Kalyana Gunashaline Srimate Venkateshaya Vedanta Gurave Namaha.